So my mom, the reason why I say she was the inspiration, because without the constant repetitive conversation of start what you finish or finish what you start, or, we don't quit. What we don't do is leave stories untold. I got a bunch of these things in my head from my mom. You don't leave room for people to complete the sentences that you left incomplete. Finish your sentences. Finish the things that you put your mind to. That's always stuck with me. So I'm now able to look at the people that acted as like, oh my God, I wish, Eddie Murphy's the obvious answer.
Right.
But at that point, I don't have access to Eddie Murphy.
Right.
You see what he's doing, but that's not in my reality. I don't think that don't exist. Man, that's crazy. But these comedians that I do see on a day-to-day that are living life comfortably, man, these guys are working every weekend. These guys are getting on stage. That's what I want. How do I get that?
Right.
So my individuals, it progressed over time. To Ray Gordon, Keith Robinson, these are names that some or most may or may not know, but this was my reality of consistency. To Ray Gordon, he was at the Laugh House every weekend. He was a host. He was on stage. This guy was funny as hell. Man, I wish I could tell a joke like that. Keith Robinson, going back and forth from Philly to New York, on stage every weekend in New York. Every comedy club loved him. Every owner knew him. Every comedian showed him love. Damn, I wish. How do I get that? Then when you get in that, it's like, oh shit, I'm here. I got that. Man, guess who came to the comedy club today? Damon Williams was in here today. Oh my God. Man, George Wallace, Colin Quinn, holy shit. Ray Romano, Seinfeld. Oh my God. I'm starting to see bigger and bigger comedians. I wish. Then you get there. Well, now the conversations are changing. Now the Rocks, the Chappelles of the world, it starts to change. So now when things are closer in arm's reach, your inspiration changes. But I, just giving information, I don't start with the biggest, or I didn't start with the biggest. JB Smooth, who does Real Husbands of Hollywood with me. I joke with JB all the time. Coming up, JB's laughs that he would get were different. I wish I could get those laughs. God damn, how do I get that? Katt Williams. I remember there was a point where I was touring with Katt. Damn, I wish. Wish I could get that. Go down the list. Mike Epps, all these people. I was a guy that saw the opportunities from watching simply what was going on in front of me, but I baby stepped it. It wasn't the thing that wasn't believable at first. It was the chopping of it. And as I got closer, the different people served as inspiration at different times. And I think you gotta keep doing that. Like right now, Dave Chappelle acts as an inspiration.
At the top.
I mean, this motherfucker just keeps churning them out. I don't know where the fuck he's getting it from. He just keeps doing it. Another special, another this, another that. It's not like I don't work hard. What the fuck is Dave doing? God damn. Dave, what are you doing? I'm in my jello, man. I'm focused.
My jello.
I love it. It's inspiration, rock, inspiration. Right. So I love to find drive and reason for self-input from watching, other people grind, other people get after it. There's no hate that exists from OK Heart. It's only envy and love.
That's dope.
And I find fire within that.
Y'all need to really pay attention to people that have got to the top of their industry and what they're doing. Kevin Hart is using his platform to help other comedians. And how do I know that he's doing that and he's just not doing an interview? Because he used his platform to help me a couple days ago. I posted an IG reel, a TikTok, a YouTube short, a Twitter. I put on all four about him and how haters can't understand his mentality. And he only had 2 pieces of content on his story. One was from Damon John from Shark Tank, and the other one was me. And he ain't have to do that. That's 127 million Instagram followers that saw my account, and I didn't pay Kevin Hart a dime. First of all, that's why content marketing is important. But secondly, that shows the kind of person he is. What did he get from that? Nothing. What did I get from it? A lot. He did the exact same thing right here while proving his point. I'm going to completely break this down about how Kevin Hart grew so fast, not physically, but with his business and his brand, because anybody that's into content marketing, digital marketing, music marketing, video marketing, or you just want to know how to really start your brand and get it out there, it's going to be a great video for you to watch, save, share, follow, subscribe. Make sure you like it. Make sure you write in the comments, and make sure you watch another video of mine after this so we can get them algorithms popping.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My name is Dorian from Group82University.com, and right here we got Kevin Hart. My friend Kevin, no, I have no idea who that man is. He doesn't know me. Talking about basically how he grew so fast. There's 3 things I want you to take away from this video. No fluff, get right to it. Number 1, as the biggest comedian in the world, he used his light to shine on others. Kevin was talking about his come up from being basically the soul playing dude performing at any college that would have him, doing stand up in male strip clubs and airports and all types of places where you're trying to get on, to now he's one of the biggest movie stars in the world. And there's a lot of comedians, specifically African-American comedians at that time, who we all might have known from BET Comedy View, or we might have known from Def Comedy Jam, or anything else that might have got distributed amongst the African-American community. As far as comedy is concerned, that is where they were showcasing their talent. So there's a lot of like these pseudo popular comedians that black people who were adults at that time will always know, but mainstream America doesn't know because they never had the opportunity to cross over. What Kevin Hart just did right here is he paid homage to all those people who inspired him along the way. People like Damon Williams, who he came to IU when I was there, and dude was pretty funny. You've heard about Kevin and Katt Williams over the years. They always try to pit them against each other. Look what Kevin did right here. In addition to Dave Chappelle and Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock, this man studies the game, and he understands that if those people hadn't went after their dreams, he wouldn't have been able to go after his. Which leads me to my second point, baby steps. You got to appreciate them. Kevin Hart said he didn't go for the top immediately. He was looking at those guys like Damon Williams, like Katt Williams, like Mike Epps, like, man, JB Smooth, how do I put myself in a position where I can be where they are at that moment? He wasn't trying to be Eddie Murphy off top. Yes, that was a goal, but what are the baby steps? This exact same thing that I did with my career. There was one time that my Spotify was so messed up. There was like 18 other Dorian's music on my Spotify. And I remember I came across this guy in LA from Cincinnati, Ohio on Spotify. His name was Santino Corleone. And I remember looking at his Spotify profile. This is 2015. And he had all of his songs that were his, and they all had less than 1,000 streams. I was like, man, I wish I could have that, because none of my songs had more than 1,000 streams, but I just wanted my Spotify profile to look like that. And that was my little goal, reaching out to San Antonio Corleone, like, man, how'd you do that? And he wrote back to me and told me how, I appreciate you DMing me back. Man, you ain't have to do that. And that helped me, because once that goal happened, boom, I did like San Antonio Corleone. Another dude, Trav Walls, he had a Wikipedia page early on before I even knew artists could get a Wikipedia page. I reached out to Trav Walls, like, bro, how'd you get your Wikipedia page? And he told me, he said he wrote it himself. So what I did is I went to the sources that he got written up about him. I reached out to them, see if they would write up about me. I learned how to write Wikipedia pages, wrote my own Wikipedia page, and it's been up there now for like 5 years. And it's legit because of all the stuff that I accomplished. And I also made a service at Group82Music.com where we wrote Wikipedia pages for other people. It's really me writing them, but that made me some money. All because Trav Walls gave me that insight. Trav Walls, I appreciate you doing that. Mark Battles from Naptown, the greatest rapper in Indianapolis history, the most accomplished rapper in Indianapolis history. He just dropped a dope album. Y'all go stream it. Every time I would reach out to him, he would always hit me back, even though I ain't had no fans. He hopped on my Don't Sleep remix. I remember looking at his Instagram like, man, he dropped that album Numb. He charted on iTunes, and look what I did. I charted number 1 on iTunes. Mark Battles, thank you for that. And y'all know how I feel about Curtis King. He's a dude that's been doing his producer thing for a minute. He was able to monetize his talent while creating content. So that's somebody that I've been aiming for the whole time. And when I reached out to him, asking to come on the podcast, he did it. I bought his YouTube class. It showed me a lot of stuff inside of there that I still use to this day. He's one person in this industry that I can really talk to and I can lean on. So Curtis King, Dewan, I appreciate that too, man. Take these baby steps, and I appreciate every single person that helped me along the way and let me set those little micro goals. And the third and final point is you gotta know you belong. Kevin Hart was looking up to these people. He was inspired by these people, but he knew that he had something to offer too. He had a gift just like everybody else. He just had to find a way to make it happen. That's how I've been feeling about music and social media since I started this. I knew I had something. I knew I belonged somewhere. All I had to do was just keep turning the knobs, keep trying to figure everything out until I found something that actually cracked the code, and boom, Look what happened. That's why I tell y'all to post every day. That's why I tell y'all just post and don't overthink it, because you got to find your own way in this. Social media is young. All these platforms are basically teenagers. I don't think any of them are 20 years old. So why are you overthinking it? Use people as motivation and inspiration, but don't be afraid to put your own twist in there. That's what it did for me and gave me all this. That's what it did for Kevin Hart. It gave him his career. It can do the exact same thing for you. If you need guidance on that, you need someone who has developed a vertical system so you don't have to waste all that time over the next 5 to 6 years figuring this stuff out. If you're on Instagram, click the link in the bio, buy our class how to market your music on social media. You on YouTube, click that link in the box. You can get enrolled in the class for $250. It's originally $2,000, but it's on sale right now through PayPal credit. Get enrolled, started for $250 on the payment plan. Go click them links right now. Go watch another video right now. I'm out the pond. Y'all stay true.
Rotate, 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 rotate.
Group82university.com